This will be like one of my commentary videos. I'm doing this while I'm playing Animal Crossing. I'm gonna be talking about like how Animal Crossing, like, there are so many different ways like things can go on. There's so many places where people can be. Like, at one point, someone could, like, be at, like, Able Sisters, but have already paid off their house in its entirety. Or another could be like, oh, I just got new villagers, and just started the game, and was able to get through so much in such a small little amount of time. Because when you get those new people, like, it depends on what you've done. Like, if you got the Nook Shop, that's like, oh, you can get new people now. Or I think it's on, like, a specific day, whatever. I'm not exactly sure. This is my second time playing because, funny. But, there's so much that goes on in the community. Like, I want to get into turnip prices. I want to get into the turnips. But at the same time, I don't want to have to pay to sell my turnips for a good price, you know? Like, sure, a bell, maybe. But, like, don't enforce it. Enforce it, just be like, hey, can you donate? Donations are better because it's like, oh, well, you gave me this. Like, you let me use a turnip. You let me sell my turnips. Here, the turnip prices are really good. So I'll donate you, like a huge amount. Like, people will be generous if you say, please give donations if you can. New player, I'm just here to help out the community. If you have good prices, there'll be a lot of new people. There'll be people who are like, can you friend me? Here's a donation. You know? I'm not mess with that. I don't have a bug catcher anyway. Like, and then there are the people like me who will just like, huh? Turnips? The fuck's that? Oh yeah. Twitter. Funny. Funny Twitter. Oh, fuck. Okay, so, as I was saying, like, the Animal Crossing community is just so wide and so big. There's so many things you can do and meet. There's so many people you can meet. There's so many things you can do. Oh, fuck. And, like, there's just so much you can actually do. And I love that about Animal Crossing. Like, sure, I don't really visit people's island. I wish I had the capability to do that. But, like, I'm scared of people. Like, that's, like, one of the most, like, bad things that can happen. Like, your anxiety being like, haha, no, stay on your island for, like, 5 years. But, like, I really love Animal Crossing. And I know the background game will not be Animal Crossing. It will probably be, like, fucking Rec Room Soccer. But, like, Animal Crossing is a good vibe game where you can just, if you're tired of, like, the screaming of Rec Room, or the screaming of Roblox, or just the panic of Minecraft Hardcore Worlds, I suggest you play Animal Crossing. I'm not sponsored, but in my opinion, it's a good game. Sure, there are its flaws. Like, you have to use an island mover, which I understand. There's so many things that can go wrong. But, like, please, I want Cat back. Give me Cat. Give me Cat. and I will scream at your lungs and cry on your corpse happily. Cat, my beloved, and Rowan. Fucking Rowan, my boy, my beloved boy. They were my first two ever villagers, right? And I loved them to death. Like, I gave them gifts and everything, and then like, oh, you got to switch. Let's not use the island mover. None of us knew. None of us knew there was an island mover. Now, if Animal Crossing would have stated that, like, hey, you know, like during the transfer process, like, hey, we can tell you moving to a new Switch. Please use the island mover. Like, if Nintendo had an update where it was like, if we can tell you're moving to a new Switch, we will remind you to use specific tools to help it go better so you don't lose any of your progress. Like, that would be godly. That would be, like, more than godly, actually. Like, holy shit. Thinking. But yeah, Animal Crossing is a really good game, and, like, I really suggest it. I really suggest it for people who have horrible social anxiety or are stuck at home due to, like, independent study or stuck somewhere where they can't talk to many people. Get your friends on, meet new friends. Look other places for friends. And use Animal Crossing as a way to see each other. Because it's like, in Animal Crossing there's so much stuff you can do. So much stuff that you can say. And it's just amazing that Animal Crossing is this huge game where you can just meet people. Where you can just talk. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Animal Crossing is one of those games where it's like, oh, you have anxiety? Let's put you behind a character. Let's put you in a character so that way your brain feels the need to be like, hey, I'm better than what I am on the outside. Games with avatars in general really help you, like, see how a person actually is. Like, sure, clothing. And hairstyles. Hair dyes. But in games, you can see how they actually want to look. What they actually want to be. And if your game has good customization and a good layout and all these good things, like, sure, Animal Crossing is still getting there. Like, a while back, they had to add new hairstyles. And, like, Rec Room, too. Rec Room added new hairstyles a bit ago, too. And I love that, actually. I love when games, like, realize, oh, there's more we can do. There's more we can do. There's more we can say. There's more ways that people can go. And so, people do. People do find those ways. People do tell these companies, hey, here's some things you can do. Here's some things you can say. Here are some things that you can say or do that'll help us grow as a community. By the way, I am recording this on my phone. I should have said that earlier. So it may not be as, like, 100% though. But, I just really wanted to get this out, because it's like, in these types of games, there are things you can do and say. Oh, my trees just grew. Anyway, there are things you can do and say that help the community, that help the community grow, and help the community show themselves better. And if you're a good game, if it's a good game, this is for all the people who are like, hey, I want to make a game. If it's a good game, it has good customization. It has good story. It has good ways to show who you are. It has so many ways that you can, like, customize clothing in, like, Animal Crossing. Make your own house. And, like, in Rec Room, you can make your own rooms. And sure, sometimes it don't work like that. Sometimes you can't have it work like that. But when you get the right stuff, when you get the right amount of materials and work put in, you can make something more. You can make something bigger than yourself. And that's what I like. That's what I like about games. You can make something more out of yourself. Like, let's say you love building. You love world building. You love doing this kind of stuff. What you do is you find a game like that. You find games where it's like, oh, I can build my own world. I can be who I want to be. And that's amazing. Finding things you like and finding things you want to be are amazing, huge, amazing things that build you, that help you, that make you bigger as a company and make you bigger as everything. Like, there are some games where it's like, oh, you want to work? You want a better work environment. Let's see here. There is a company out there that made an online place where you can work, where you can have meetings. And I forgot the ad. I'll look it up here and put it on the screen. But, like, that is amazing. Imagine what that can do in, like, a multi-platform thing. Like, imagine this, right? Let's see here. You are making a company where you want to make a game. What I say you do, make it crossplay. 100% crossplay. Because if you don't do crossplay, how will mobile players meet up with, like, Switch players? How will computer players meet up with their console players, with their console friends, with their VR friends? Sure, it takes a lot of work. But when you get that effort in, when you find a way to make it all cross-platform, the best to your abilities, you make something. Like Rec Room. Rec Room is heavily cross-platform. And is striving for the best of all worlds. Which, that's hard. Like, if there was a way for me to go to them and say thank you. I know this was originally by Animal Crossing, but listen. If there was a way I can say thank you to, like, the people who worked on Rec Room, who gave the idea of, let's make this cross-platform for everyone. Like, that's amazing. And still, most platforms still don't have some things. Because it won't work till you get the right necessities, till you get the right materials, till you get the right amount of work. And that's okay. You know, nothing's gonna be perfect. Nothing's gonna be, like, absolute 100% perfect. There's always gonna be something wrong. There's always gonna be that one thing wrong. It can be the community. can be anything. And all you need is a lot of good things. But yeah, that's enough for this rant. This is probably fucking Christ, 15 minutes long? And I'm going to have to cut down all the silent parts. So thank you all for watching or listening to this while there's background music, background music probably, and a background gameplay. If you enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Remember, reality is an illusion, universe is hologram by gold. Ah.